on. Hello everybody, we're just gonna give it a couple of minutes before we get started while we wait for everybody to join. Hello Margaret and Candace. Hi Alba, nice to see you in the chat as always. Hi Uli, how's it going? Hi Caroline. I can see everybody joining in. Oh, hey Judy. Nice to see you in the chats. Hope everybody can hear me nicely. Oh, hi Raksha, are you good? Oh, thanks Alba for letting me know that the sound is all good. Thank you. Gonna wait for just a couple more people to join and then we'll get started. While we are waiting, I hope everybody's had a great week. Anybody have any interesting crafts that they got up to this week that they want to share with us? I so far have gotten up to no crafting. It has been madness since I came back from Cape Town on Monday, so things have been crazy, but I'd love to be inspired by everybody else. What has everybody been making this week? Oh, hi Paula, how's it going? Hi Magda. Oh, hey Natalie and Gail. Hi Binks, how's it going? Well, it's good to see everybody here today. Okay. Raksha, it was so great meeting you as well. It's awesome to put a physical face to the people we see on Facebook. It's so awesome. Okay, so I think we're just going to get started. We don't want to run out of time. So, hi everybody. My name is Sarah and I am here with Cricut Family South Africa. And I'm so excited to be hosting a KitKat wrapper live class for you guys tonight. This live is sponsored by Cricut and Logitech, so thank you so much to our sponsors. We are so excited to be able to have these crafting classes and share it with everybody on public Facebook pages. If you miss anything tonight, if you have anything you want to go over, the classes will be on YouTube. Same for all of our other classes. If there's anything you've missed out on, go to YouTube and then you can check those things out. So I'm just going to show you before we start what we are making. So we are doing KitKat wrappers. This is the template. This is what it's going to look like, yes. So we're doing it themed to our theme this month, which is breast cancer awareness and Pinktober. So I'm going to show you how to design this from scratch, also how to upload these different designs. This is what you're going to need. So we've got glossy paper. I use 115 GSM glossy paper. I got this one from Customizables and this one from Take A Lot. Not badly priced. I'm always looking for specials. And then you're going to need some KitKats extra just in case you mess up or if you are hungry during your crafting process. We're going to need basic things like scissors, ruler, tape and those sorts of things. I'm also using a glue gun for today. And then these two items are not a must, but I like them. So I got these scissors from SA Sublimation Blanks and I got this paper crimper from Temu. But there's so many places that you just go online and you can find them everywhere because KitKat wrappers are a big thing at the moment. So I'm going to show you first how you measure the right size for your KitKat wrappers. I think a lot of people find this a bit overwhelming, and like they're like, oh, which size do you do and whatever, and it can be a little bit of a trial and error, especially if you start doing other chocolates. So if you do Cadbury, or I've done a biltong wrapper before, so the same principle applies across the board. But you know what, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of trial and error in our crafting. I know I do that a lot. Okay, so this is our KitKat wrapper. I'm taking my ruler, and the total KitKat wrapper measures about 12.5 centimeters. So that's 12.5 centimeters across. And then if we measure round, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the total around the whole KitKat wrapper. But then it's important, a lot of people forget this, you need to add extra room for, I don't know if you can see this part here. You've got to add that extra room so you know it covers the whole thing properly. So like I said, so I've got 12.5. Normally I do 15 centimeters wide, just so I have an extra room to cut with my zigzag scissors, and yeah, just make sure it's not too small. And then around we said 3, 6, 7, 8 centimeters, but I normally do about 11 centimeters around because I'd rather have it too big than too small. I'll show you with my template things. This one was quite big, but what I do is I add like little white borders, so I'm not cutting off my actual design, and then the borders really make it stand out, which is quite nice. So yeah, that's our measurements. We're going with 15 centimeters by 11 centimeters. If you don't want to make them so big, you can always make them a little bit smaller, and you can play around with it, but I rather go too big than too small. Okay, so now we're going to get into designing. Oh wait, I nearly forgot. For those of you who struggle with conceptualizing like numbers and things, there's another way that you can measure this wrapper. So you can actually just undo the wrapper. Oh, I'm not undoing it very well. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm doing a bad job here, but you will do it better. You can just undo the wrapper and make it flat. There we go. This works well for people who just want to eat the chocolate. So you can have a tester. There we go. And then you can just measure the actual wrapper. So this one is 13 by 9.5, and then there's this little extra piece here. But yeah, I prefer my method because they don't always feel like KitKat. It's not good for the diet, but it makes me happy. Anyway, so let's get to designing. We're going to open up Design Space. So I've already done this design. After the class, I'll post this for everybody to see, just so you have a template to work with if you don't want to design from scratch. So here I've got the design I've done, which was 15 centimeters by 11. So I'm going to start by adding an image. My bad, a shape, and it's going to be, unlock my size icon here, 15 by 11. There we go. Okay, so what I did here is I actually made my own pattern. For those of you who don't want to make your own pattern, you can always go and change your operation. It's quite nice if you change it to Print Then Cut, and then we go look at colors. You can make it a plain color, or you can actually go and make choose a pattern. So Design Space has all these patterns available for you. There we go. So there's some quite cute Christmas patterns, and a rainbow pattern. It's just taking long to load. Don't worry about that. Anyway, so you can have, oh, there we go. You can use these pre-designed patterns, but today I want to show you how I made my own pattern. So what we're going to do is we're going to pink. Give me 2 seconds. Just making sure you guys can see everything proper. Oh, are we frozen on this pink wrapper? Okay, can we all see a pink block? Or is it frozen on my design? Can we all see a pink block? Anybody let me know in the comments. Okay, I'm going to have to figure this out. Frozen on design. Okay, so let me just fix this so you guys can see nicely, because I don't know what is going on. Oh, I see. Are we still frozen on the design? Yes, we are. Let's close Design Space. Worry not, everybody. I will sort this out and come back to you shortly. In the meanwhile, let's discuss in the comments while this is frozen. Who has made KitKat wrappers before? And what is your favorite design that you've ever done? I've done thank you wrappers and that sort of thing. So what designs have you guys done while I sort this out? Oh, Susie said she's made Mamma Mia themed. That sounds super cool. Candace has eaten a KitKat, but she's still gonna design them. They're on her design list. That's great. There's these new KitKats now at the moment, these weird flavors and things. I think there's like a mint one. Has anybody ever tried those weird ones before? Okay, I think we are back to Design Space. I'm just going to open my project, and then I would really appreciate if you guys in the comments can just let me know if you can see the designs. Alright, testing. Can we all see my design? Okay, fantastic. I am going to get started again. I am not particularly sure where we were before my screen got frozen, so I'm going to start from the beginning. So here's our design. We're going to go ahead. Oh, now I'm seeing you can't see my face. There we go. Oh, we are back. Thank you for your patience. You guys are amazing. And reading the KitKats that you like and the designs that you've done has brought me immense joy. So thank you for that. All right, so let's get started back with this design. We made a block. Because you did not see my block, I'm going to make it again. So we did a 15 centimeter by 11 centimeter block. Fantabulosity. All right, so there's our block. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it white. Actually, shall we do something a little bit different from the initial design? Let's do that. So let's make it a dark pink, because why the heck not? And then we're going to make a smaller square that sits inside of it. And not smaller by much. We can make it about, let's make it 12 centimeters. Oopsie. There we go. 12 centimeters. By 11 centimeters. There we go. And then let's do this one. That's the original color that I went for, but shall we make it like a lighter pink? Yeah. Yeah, I like that. There we go. Alright, so there's the base of the design. Candace was asking, I said something about a block. So what I've done is I've made the block template. So this one is 15 by 11 centimeters. So it's the outside block, and now we're making the inside block. I hope that clarifies. Alright, so there is our basic block. Then what I did here with this cute little design here, I went to images and I looked for cancer ribbon. Can't spell. There we go. Alright, cancer ribbon. There's some really cute ones. Oh, I love this one with the heart. So we're gonna just go and add that one straight away because I think it's very pretty. And then you make them smaller. I'm gonna zoom in for you so you can see. So I've made my little ribbon smaller. So now guys, what I'm doing, I'm actually making my own pattern because Design Space, oh yes, that's what I was talking about before, all the chaos of the frozen screen. Design Space has some really great patterns, but it doesn't necessarily have like cancer patterns. So Kamal, thank you for your blessing for starting. You've come just in time because there was a little bit of gremlins on my side, so it's because you've joined us that everything is working out, so thank you. Okay, so anyway, Design Space has some great patterns. I'm going to quickly show you because you obviously didn't see it with my frozen screen. We're changing the function of our block to Print Then Cut, and then if you go to colors, you can actually go change the print type to a pattern. And Design Space has some really cool patterns. The Christmas patterns on here are like super great. So like, oh, how cute is that? Little Christmas houses. Okay, I'm gonna remember that for when I have Christmas things to do. But there's some really, really cool Christmas designs and other designs, and you can even filter. So if you're looking for pink designs, which I almost, always am. Oops, sorry, Design Space has gremlins tonight in it as well, but that's fine. But there's some really cool patterns, so if you're ever working with some print and cut things, I highly advise you to go play around and check out the cool patterns that they have. Anyway, back to the point of what I was saying. I have now added this little cancer ribbon and I'm creating my own pattern. Alright, so I've made it quite small and I'm going to go and duplicate them, these patterns. Duplicate and spacing them out nicely. Let's do this. Oh, let's just invisibilize those for 2 seconds. Okay, let's use the canvas's little grid lines. I don't often use the grid lines, but here we go. A use for the grid lines. Gonna make them all a blocky away from each other. There we go, stunning. And then I'm going to align them. So there's a feature here, love align. My gunsteling dinge. I'm joking, there's a lot of gunsteling dinges. I learned some Afrikaans when I was in Cape Town. Shout out to all the Afrikaans teachers that I had while I was there. Okay, so we're gonna center them vertically. Right, so they're all nice and aligned, and then I'm going to uninvisibilize my blockies. Yes, now the English bundles are finished. Okay, there we go. I'm happy with those, and I'm going to select all my little cancer ribbons that I've just done, and I'm actually going to go ahead and group them so they can stay in this line, and then I'm going to make them go down. The English bundles are not happening tonight. We're just going to copy and paste our design onto our design. Yes, we're just going to go with those words. Cool bananas. Now, oh wait, you know what I'm actually going to do? That's going to make my life a little bit easier. I'm going to group both of these. There we go. Group. Excelente. Okay, then we're going to do duplicate our design, because then we know it's going to be the same. Here we go. Ta-da! Okay, and we can just ungroup this last, the enigste. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to align all of them except for this last one because I made it different. Always have to be different. You can also distribute them and it'll space it perfectly for you. Lolly, oh my goodness, see, we all learn all the time. Let's ungroup these and ungroup. I'm gonna try Lolly's tip. Are we ready? Trying new things for the first time. Huh? Oh, ungroup. Goodness gracious. Okay. Select. There we go. Align. Oh my goodness. I mean, I did a pretty good job at aligning them with my eyeballs, but Lolly, that tip would have been so much better. So, for those of you who are not reading along in the comments, if you select everything and you align and then you distribute, it'll align it for you. Oh my goodness. Lolly, you are amazeballs. Thank you for sharing that tip. I hope everybody got it. There we go. Fantastic. Now, I'm going to make sure my two squares are also aligned. Okay. And then I'm going to select everything. Oh, wait, actually, I don't think this is aligned. Boop. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to select everything and I'm going to go and flatten it. So now it doesn't have those like little black outlines, right? And then we've made our own little pattern. So Claudia, I'm wondering the same thing. Where does Lolly hide all her secrets? I'm joking. If you watch her classes, you will learn all the secrets. Anyway, so there's my design. I'm now gonna go and find something cute. Pinktober, some cute little image, Design Space and Pinktober. Ah, so good. They have such good design. Excuse me while I eat my chocolate. Pink, spread the hope, find the cure, fight the good fight. In October we wear pink. That's my favorite. I've got a shirt that I'm posting this week that says that. Hope, fight, believe. In October we wear pink. Boys wear pink too. I love that. How cute is this little ghosty on Design Space? I'm actually going to save that as well because it's so cute. Holding the little cancer ribbon. Oh, so cute. Oh, there's another ghosty. Oh. I am a survivor. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, this is gorgeous. I love this. I'm a survivor. And then I can gift it to someone who has fought such a difficult fight. You know, it's just a big shout out to anyone who's ever gone through that. Like, it's just, it's quite hectic, and you are very brave. All of you who have ever suffered with anything like this, like, you are just immensely brave, and just a big shout out to you. Okay, so now I got distracted. Let me explain what I'm doing. So I've added this design that I like, but I just feel like it doesn't stand out so well. So I'm gonna go and add a little offset to it. There we go. Apply. There we go. And maybe we can even make it a bit thinner. What do we think? I think we're gonna make it a tiny bit thinner. Let's do that. Maybe we make it 1. Yeah. 1. There we go. I'm just going to take this I'm a survivor and the offset. I'm just going to group them just so they're easier to use. Some Care, I hope I'm saying that right, is a new owner of a Cricut Explore 3. Oh, that's so fantastic, Samke. Welcome to the family. See, you need someone to mentor you. The best advice I could ever give you is to join a beginner's class. So if you go to Cricut workshops, and if you Google that, you'll be able to find classes near you, and a beginner's class is well worth it. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, anyway. We are now looking at a design, and I've got my little image here. I want it to be in the middle, so I'm again selecting everything, and I'm aligning, and I am centering it. Okay, so there's the basics of my design. Now I told you guys that I'm going to show you how to upload. So I've already gone to Design Space, and not Design Space. I went to Google because I wanted the KitKat logo, because you know it's always exciting when you have the logo on something. Alright, so I go to upload. There's a little uploady button here, and then it is already in my uploads. Look at all the exciting stuff that is happening in my uploads. Whoop whoop. Okay, anyway, so we're gonna go here to upload images and browse. If you are new and you don't, oh, see, now what did I save it as? Let's see if it comes. Sometimes I just save things like blah blah blah, or you know, like with numbers, and hope that I'll find it one day. But this one saved as KitKat, so I'm very happy about that. What was I talking about? Oh, if you're overwhelmed and uploading is a little bit of a hectic task for you and it's just going to make your life difficult, I would say don't upload. You'll find some awesome designs in Design Space. Get Design Space access, because you'll find a lot of cute stuff. But I'm going to show you how to upload for those of you who want to know. So I'm going to choose my KitKat logo. Actually, let's do this one. I found this KitKat logo in black and white. So we're going to open it because it's going to be white. It's going to be cool. So we're going to continue. Design Space access is amazeballs because you can remove background without having to do the hard work. If you know, the other way to do it is like select and then remove the background, and it's a whole schlep, as some people would say. So we're just going to go boop, remove background, and Design Space is just going to do magical things. Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think it's fine. Alright, let's just see. If it's not nice, we'll come back. Apply and continue, and we're going for flat graphic. I'm not sure if this one is going to be fantastic, so we'll just go upload the other one, which is fine. Let's see if we are happy with this. I don't know. No, I don't like that. Let's go upload the other one. Okay, scratch everything I just said. Here is the logo we want. The red one. Obviously hadn't downloaded that, uploaded that black one yet. But it's fine. Oh, thank you, Taryn. It was so amazing meeting you. How is your new Joy Xtra? I hope you've made some cool things. Alright, so there's my logo. I can either do a single layer or I can do a flat graphic. If I do single layer, I can change the color of it and, you know, do a little bit more with it. And then even if you, for example, wanted a KitKat t-shirt, you can use this image later on to actually cut out. So we're going to go for single layer. Upload. Fantabulosity. Now we've got this uploaded image. Please be wary that when you are uploading images, if it's not a high quality image, sometimes she's not going to look lekker. Okay, so just be mindful of that. I want my little KitKat logo to be pink, and then I want an offset. Again, offset just really helps it stand out a lot better. She's got a really big offset. We don't want that too. Let's see. Shall we do 1.5? Yeah, I'm happy with that. And we're going to make it a white offset. What's also a really cool thing, sometimes if you want the offset to be filled in, we can go to our contour and we can hide all the contours. Then we don't have all these funky little dotticky things. And we're going to select both and we are going to group. There's our pink logo. Very exciting. Then what I added here is a barcode and a little button. So come on, this is actually my second live. My first live was about a month ago. So if you want to know how to do cake toppers, you can go and check that out on YouTube. Alright, so oh yes, barcode. If you want to upload something from YouTube, so sometimes what I like to do is I like to add the nutritional values because it makes it look really cool and realistic. So you can upload those, but I've decided to leave that out for today. I'm rather doing a little cancer awareness. I keep on wanting to say button, whatever this little circly thingy is, because I thought it looked really cool and I just thought it would really elevate the look of the wrapper. So we don't have to do that exact one. See, all I want to do is put the ghosty on. but it's not appropriate for this design. I'm going to find something else to do with that ghost theme. Maybe a t-shirt. Okay, so this is nice and simple. So the one that I used before was like an actual little buttony design, but I think this one is quite cool. And we're going to be extra. I'm going to show you something. Thank you, Candace. A badge. Why did I keep on saying buttons? Anyway, so I'm going to show you something a little bit advanced here. So I've got my little design and I'm duplicating it and I'm going to contour. I'm going to change the color of this little ribbon, and then here we're going to do the same thing. We're going to hide all contours except for the so now I just want to call it a badge ribbon. Gosh. Okay, and then I'm going to change the color of it. Gonna make it light pink. Alright, there we go, and we're going to align it to the center. We're going to group. Now my favorite thing is adding an offset. Actually, you know what, instead of an offset, let's add a circle. Where's circle? Circles are in shapes. For those of you who don't have Design Space access, shapes are your best friend because you just use it to make other shapes. But get access. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Yeah, it's well worth 99 rand a month. Okay, align, center. Now we've made our own little badge. Thanks, Candace, for the English there because it ran out. Ooh, Alba is saying we must make earrings for the ghosts. I love that idea. Actually, I don't know if you can see them. The earrings I'm wearing right now, I made them today. They are polymer clay. So I love them very much. I love making earrings. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so now let's group our new badge that we've made, and we're going to bring it to, oh, it's already to the front. My brain. Okay, and then I'm going to make it smaller. Fantabulous. And now we want to add a barcode. Barcode. And now my KitKat's finished. Oh, so sad. Candace is asking about copyright. That is a very interesting question. I don't know if anybody else has some insight on that, because I'm not sure, because I know a lot of us crafters, especially if we want to make money, we do like frozen thingy wrappers, which I think with Disney there's a big copyright issue. I don't know. So if one of the admins can share their thoughts on that matter, that would be super duper. Okay, so I love this barcode. I know I already used it in that design, but I just had to use it again because I love it that much. What I like to do with the barcode, again, same that I did with the button, is add a square. And this is because, like, if I put it just like that, it's gonna get lost in the design. So we're gonna make our square white and let's send this one to the front and then align it nicely. There we go. Boop. Align. It feels like align was the top feature of this live today. Alright, and I feel like we must make this squashed a little bit. That's fine. Maybe make it smaller, because we don't want it to be too big. There we go. And then we've got our cute little buttons. Now I've got my entire design, but if I go to Design Space right now, it's going to be all scattered and all over the place. So we're going to take the whole design, and just because I'm pedantic, I'm just going to group it, and then we're going to do something called flatten. Now flatten is anytime you want to use a Design Space, a feature for brain has left me. A print then cut feature. Sorry guys, it's been a long day. When you want to use a print then cut feature, flatten is your bestie. So we've now selected everything and we're going to go ahead and flatten. Look how actually that makes the design just like come together. I love it. Okay, so what I actually did want to say before I go do the print then cut, sometimes I do a design too big. So I don't know if you can see, gosh, I'm showing to the wrong place. So I did this design, and the thank you I just felt was a little bit too big. So be mindful of the size of your KitKat to not make whatever's happening on the actual front part, it shouldn't be bigger than 3 centimeters. So before I go on with printing, I just want to check out this part. There we go. It's 2.69, so it should be fine. And then this isn't bigger than 2.71, so I'm happy to go ahead and flatten my design. I'm gonna just make this little guy hide away, because now we have 2 designs, and Design Space can cut 2 designs. So I'm gonna duplicate. Now we have 2 designs ready to go. So I'm gonna go and make the design. When you get to this section, it's going to do this. So this is Print Then Cut, people. It's a great time. You can change your materials. Sometimes if you have an A3, it'll tell you to cut on one of these big mats. I've actually never used that feature because my printer is small. I mean, it probably can't do A3. No, probably not. Anyway, not important. I'm getting distracted. So I've got an A4. So in the past, I've made sure I used every single tiny centimeter of my spaces here, and then I spend hours adding random images to Design Space so I don't waste my space. I'm not going to do that today. But anyway, so there's our design. You can space them out if you want to. You don't have to. It's completely up to you. But it can fit 2 onto Design Space. So we're going to go and continue, and then it's going to take you to this menu over here. And when you are doing a design and you don't have a printer, so I'm going to show you what to do if you don't have a printer. You can say you've already printed, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're just going to select the device, and then we're going to send it to printer. We're not going to show again. Oh, so this is telling you about the center marks. What I am realizing, I'm not so sure that you can see my printer set up. You should be able to, because it's not Design Space. You can add the bleed if you want to. I'm not going to. And then if you want, you can use the system dialog. If you use the system dialog, which is what I'm going to do, it's going to take you to the actual print settings for your printer. So we're going to click print. You're going to choose your printer. So my printer is not connected to my laptop. This one is for my sublimation printer. So I'm going to show you how to do it if you don't have a printer. So you're going to send it to the printer, you're going to save it as a PDF, and then you're going to go print with a different design. Lesejo is asking, does Cricut print in color or should you get colored ink? So the Cricut machine isn't necessarily a printer, it's a cutting machine. So whatever ink your printer prints is what color it's going to come out, and then your machine is going to cut it. Kamita is asking, where do you get barcodes and nutritional values from? I just get mine from Google. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and print. I'm actually realizing now that you won't be able to see what I'm doing here. All I'm doing in the printer settings is actually just saving my design to a PDF. So you can't, I don't think you can see what I'm doing. No, you cannot. But I'm saving it as a PDF. I'm not printing it yet from here. Okay. Now I'm going to show you what I'm doing with my phone, because I'm printing it with my phone. So, top view. I want to see if you can see what I'm seeing, because I like to print from my phone like a weirdo. I'm just sharing the document to myself. AirDrop, there we go. Okay, so I'm just going here and I'm printing. So now this is good for people who don't have a printer. You can now go to a printing store, and as long as your machine is calibrated and everything is like all good. If you don't know how to calibrate, let me know in the comments and I'll do that at the end so you can see. So you can print from a printing shop and then you can bring it home and you can actually still cut it with your machine, which is amazing. So we're going to go and print. and my printer is printing. I'm gonna take us back to Design Space. There we go. So you're gonna use photo paper. That's the setting that I use, is the photo paper. And now it's ready for us. Now we are just waiting for our designs to print. So let me show you. Okay, there's my designs that have been printed. I'm gonna take out. Susie, I don't really feel like you should be calling me out about my emails. It's a problem in my life. I have too many unread emails, and I've also got like 5 Gmail accounts. I promise for you, Susie, I will clear them out. Candace, I'm so sorry. I will go at the end of this live, or actually while it's cutting, I will go and show you how to make it a PDF. So I use my bestie. Every Cricut person's bestie is a brayer. Okay. And I'm gonna pop this guy in. And we're gonna let her do her magical thing. So she does this whole thing where she's like checking and seeing how, you know, the sensor lines work. And we're gonna press go, and she's going to cut for us. I'm going to add for you, Candace, how to do the printy thing. And I just have to figure this out. I'm going to screen capture. Okay. Now you can see everything. And if this all bombs out, because I'm trying to figure out how to do this Canvas thing, I'm so sorry. Oh wait, I can't print while it's cutting. My bad. How's about Canvas? I'm gonna post a video after this, how to do the PDF thing. That's my bad, because it's all connected to Design Space and not my actual laptop. So I will make sure to show you how to do that, Candace, if that's okay with you. Alright, so she's cutting. I'm eating chocolate. Wonderful. Okay. Oh, I always tell people, check your designer's cut before you take it out, but I know my blades are sharp. So, yes, thanks, Caroline. I did say 115 GSM paper is what I use. Sometimes I've tried with thicker paper, but the thicker it is, the harder it is to fold. So I've got my blockies here. We'll save that for later. Alright, so here's our design. Alright, when you are wrapping your chocolates, we're going to turn them around. And this is where our double-sided tape comes from. Now, I had skinny tape and it's finished. Yeah, I'm going to cut it in half. So don't judge me. We're going to measure that it's long enough. There we go. So this is the right length, but she's a bit thick and I don't want to waste it. Like, I could be using this for 2 chocolates, especially if I'm trying to make money, you know. You got to save as much of this, 10 Rand double-sided tape as you can. So I'm just going to cut it in half. Oh, Susie, so absolutely the best place I find to buy chocolates from is Macro, especially if you are doing it for a party and you want to save some money, or if you're doing it as a side hustle. The ones in those bags are quite expensive, the ones from Checkers, but Macro, if you buy them in bulk, it's always better. Okay, so if I'm looking at my design and I want to know where to put my tape, it's always best to put it here on the back of your little designy part, because that's going to go on top. Alright, so we're going to pop this guy over here. Oh, Carol, that is so exciting to see that you have such a big order. I love that for you. That's so exciting. Most of these that I've ever done I think it was like 68 of them, and it nearly killed me. My goodness, it was way too much effort. But you know what? Cricut made it easier because it did all the cutting for me. Oh, could you imagine cutting 200 of these wrappers? It would just murderize me. Anyway, so I'm now gonna just fold it over, and we're gonna check that it's fitting. This part doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that that's... Don't freak out. We're not covering our design. We're just seeing how it fits. So we're going to fold it. And then I'm going to see how it fits on this side. Okay. Making sure it's all straight. Super duper. Cool. Now I'm going to take my double-sided tape off. If you're like me and you struggle sometimes with your nails, you can just pick it up with your weeding tool. There we go. Makes life so much easier. And then we can tape it on. Very important, make sure it's straight and aligned, because once you stick it, it's not fun to take it off. I just said make it straight and aligned, and I didn't make it super straight and aligned, but it's fine because we've got a second one. It's okay. It's actually not that bad. It's fine. So what's also nice about doing the double-sided tape thing is I can actually still move this part around if I feel like it's not straight enough before I do my little sides. Okay, so now I'm happy with my design and where it's sitting, and I'm just gonna push my edges a bit. There we go. And then you have two options. It depends on, like, if you're doing a lot of these, sometimes if you go and cut double-sided tape to fit there, it's like annoying and whatever. So I'm going to do two ways on either side. So if I'm doing it double-sided tape method, if you prefer it that way, I'm going to cut a double-sided tape the size of my wrapper, and then I'm going to use my weeding tool. The best weeding tool to use actually for this is the straight guy. She's really great for it. But you can use any weeding tool, and you can pop it on there, and you can, don't know if you can even see, but we're going to put this double-sided tape in our wrapper. There we go. Okay, so you can see the double-sided tape is there. Then you're going to take your weeding tool inside, and you're going to pull that excess piece off, and then we're going to push it down. So that's the one way of doing it, is by using double-sided tape. And then the other method that I like, especially if I'm doing a bulk order, it's so much easier to do with a glue gun. So I did pop my glue gun on. I hope she's hot enough. Yes, she is. Okay, Susie brought a crimping tool of Temu and folds the sides in. I am going to be using the crimping tool. I'm just sticking it first. So then we're going to take glue gun. Of course I have a pink glue gun, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue inside and then squeeze them down. I just feel like this makes me sure it makes me sure that it's going to be stuck nicely, and I feel confident. And I'll just take all the spider webs off, which is fine because we're going to cut them off now anyway. Okay, so now my skeiers. Okay, I'm going to do two things. Let me just make a little bit of clean. I'm going to do two things. I'm going to show you what it's like when you crimp first and then you cut, and then I'm going to show you what it's like when you cut and crimp. I'm going to just the opposite thing. Okay, so this is what happens when you cut first. So remember I said I must add this extra part here just to make sure I'm not cutting off my design, and also it looks pretty. Okay, so there I've cut first, and then I'm going to crimp. Oh gosh, it's hard to show you how I crimp because I normally crimp by like holding it in between my legs and do a whole thing. Oh, other way around. There we go. It's a two-man job. Okay, now I'm just going to do it the way I normally do it. There we go. I use my body for support. And then we're going to boop. There we go. So that is my method, using your body to help crimp things. Okay, so now that's me cutting it first and then crimping it. And now we're going to crimp. I'm going to use my face. There we go. If only people saw, you know, the night before I have an order or whatever, if they saw the struggles that I go through. And I'm normally doing this at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's always fun. Okay, so now I've crimped and I'm cutting. Okay, so I like to crimp first and then cut, but you can do whatever process kind of like works for you. If you want to cut, then crimp, and crimp, and cut, and whatever, that is completely up to you. But yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy. There is our design with our little logos and things on the background. These are great for parties and for get-togethers. So I did, if you go stalk me on Facebook, I did wrappers that said thank you on them, and that was because my friends came and helped me film some videos and stuff, so they got special thank you KitKat wrappers. It's a special way of elevating a chocolate. Yes, Claudia also holds it between her legs. Iconic people crimp between their legs. Yeah. Okay, so I promised I was going to show you how to calibrate. Calibration is pretty important because sometimes your machine has an emotional breakdown and wants to cut all over the show. It needs to know what and where to cut. So you must calibrate your machine. So this is for you guys who do not know how to do such things. So we're going to go to... That's my face. Whoopsie. There we go. I'm going to go to Design Space. Say done. Before we carry on, Debbie's saying, I'm trying to learn how to work one-handed as I had a stroke almost 2 years ago, lost my job, so I need to make an earn where I can. Oh, Debbie, that is really hectic to hear, but I'm so glad that you're on this crafting journey. Crafting is for everybody and anybody and everybody, and I'm so proud of you for going on this journey. And I can't wait to see all the beautiful things that you create. So, and Kaminta is asking what dimensions used for a slab. I have done a slab recently. I will double check what the measurements were for that. I've actually got a project, so I'll find the project and I will reshare it on Facebook, and you can see. But you can just use the same principles that I used before, measuring all the way around and across, and then adding a couple of centimeters extra, you know, just to make sure you have that space. Anyway, so me and getting distracted this evening, very terrible. So we're going to go to settings, and then you're going to go to machines. So in machines, you can do machine collaborations. Yes, collaborate. Come collaborate with me. I'm an influencer. I'm not an influencer. That was a joke. Okay, so you're going to choose which machine you're collaborating. Oh, collaborating. Calibration. Thank you. I've got a Maker 4, and then we can start the collaboration. You can collaborate for a rotary blade, for a knife blade, or for a print then cut. So we're going to say print then cut, and then it's going to give you something called a collaboration sheet. So you're going to print it, and it's got all these funky weird lines and things on them, and then it's going to prompt you. It's literally going to tell you, put the piece of paper on the mat, and then put the mat into the machine, and then it's going to cut, and then it's going to ask you, which number line did it cut on? It's just like this whole entire process, but it's very, very straightforward once you start this collaboration. But yeah, that is how to do a wrapper start to finish. What I'd really love to challenge everybody to do is not necessarily I want to show you my face. There we go. I don't want to challenge you necessarily to do a 2-finger KitKat wrapper. I'd love to see something different. So I've done the biltong wrapper. So, you know, I want you to do a Cadbury, for example, or a packet of chips. Packet of chips are always quite interesting and really good for children's parties. So I think outside the box, what else can you wrap? With Cricut, you can wrap anything. So I really want to just challenge everybody and anybody to go and try something different and out of the box. If you decide to make a chocolate wrapper, a KitKat wrapper, a biltong wrapper, a flings wrapper of any sort, I would love if you could tag me and I can see it on Facebook. I'll show you all the love and excitement, because wrappers are just the bomb.com. If nobody has any other questions, then we can go ahead and call it 6 minutes early. I know it's so sad for you to be leaving me. It's okay. You'll find me on Facebook. Go and like my posts, and then we will feel the love and connection. But yeah, I think we're ready to call it a night. I love you all, and I hope you enjoy. We have a week and a half left of Pinktober. Post those beautiful pink projects. Show all the women in your life all the love you can. And very importantly, before I go, secret sale. The secret sale is currently on. And did you know the ambassadors have super secret codes for you to get a discount? So hit up your favorite ambassador and be like, give me your code, and go order on the secret sale. There's some really cool things, from mugs to vinyls to iron-ons and cards. Oh, lovely card things. So go onto the secret sale and get all your cool things. There's all cool activities and challenges, and you can vote for your favorite your favorite products to be discounted, and it's a lot of fun. So I will see you at the secret sale, and I will also see you next week for our Thursday night live. I don't remember who's teaching, but go and look on the schedule, and I better see you all in the comments. I love you all.